give up, cause we're the Power Rangers. Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers. Heading forwards as the skies begin to darken once again. I've never felt so alone, till I realized we'll join our bills and fight together till the very end. When we're together, it's like home.
The whole world's on the line, but we got this, let's save it one more time.
Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
Mythic Order,
Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
Mythic Order.
Darkness creeps, evil never sleeps, but we've come way too far to lose. Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
No, I'm not muted. All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of Power Rangers Mythic Order.
Scuff be.
I caught it this time. We didn't go 20
Sure
minutes.
you did. Sure you did. Whatever you say, champ.
All right. So, when last we left our Rangers, both Zane and Koji had thrown their morphers down and walked away, leaving Seamus, Reggie, Joe, and Roscoe alone on the beach. We pick up immediately in the after effects. Both Koji and Seamus, or both Koji and Zane, having very quickly disappeared. Roscoe's phone begins to ring. He quickly answers the phone and he goes, "Okay. We need to talk anyway. I'm on my way." And he hangs up the phone and he looks at you, Reggie, and he goes, that was the watchtower. I gotta go up there. And he taps his morpher and teleports away. Reggie, Seamus, Joe, the three of you are left on the beach.
Right.
Sort of reeling from the after effects. How are each of you feeling about the events that just transpired mere minutes before?
Considering Zane just literally in his eyes pussed out, he's not happy. He's a little. I scratch that. He's a lot, and he's very upset. Like he's been trying to get answers. He's trying to make things fucking work, and he's at this point he's just done.
What about you, Reggie?
Not handling it well, holding Zane's coin. She's kind of gone from like fury and rage at all of this to like, we fucked up. We've seen Roscoe kind of melt down, and then to we fucked up even more with two of the teammates kind of dipping, and is kind of trying to understand what just happened a little bit, and reconsidering whether or not she's going to punch anyone right now, which she still might. Who knows? It's Reggie.
It's Reggie. And here's a question.
Joe!
Here's a question for Reggie. From Reggie's perspective, what is Seamus looking like right now? Because he was just as much the antagonist in this as Koji was.
Yeah. I was gonna say Seamus laid out a lot of facts on Like he laid all of his cards out on the table on how he felt about Zayn, and not one of them was he like.
Not a lot of positive
Oh.
reinforcement there.
Oh.
Because Reggie was with Zayn as he was talking about, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to everyone, I'm open up to people and begin to trust people and can get that. Sheamus is not looking good in her eyes. Like, she gets what he's saying, right? Like, she logically gets where he's coming from, and she doesn't care because she also gets where Zayn is coming from. And knows, especially seeing like, oh yeah, we need to talk elsewhere before our members have like meltdowns here. So she's like not in a, oh yes, let's calmly talk about this state. She's not. She's looking at Sheamus and trying her best to contain anger.
At this point, Sheamus would just be like, just kind of standing there, like looking at the spot where Zayn was, and then looking where Koji was, and he'll pick up Koji's morpher, put it in his shirt pocket, and be like, "Fuck this." Should have known he'd fuck something like this. Whatever. I'm out of here. He'll start like trying to walk away.
All right, Joe. Rewinding back just a touch bit while
Okay.
Reggie's having her thoughts and Sheamus is having his. How's Joe feeling?
Joe was feeling kind of like helpless because she was trying to see what she could do to resolve this whole situation with Zayn and Koji and Sheamus. But then once the morphers are dropped, Joe is kind of like, what the fuck just happened? He's completely blindsided by that revelation.
As each of you sitting there kind of begins to stew in your own thoughts, Sheamus beginning to walk away. Your morphers beep. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, fucking what?
Worst timing, Mr. Cranston. Worst fucking timing.
Yeah. What happened?
Hey, wouldn't you like to know? And he hangs up.
What
and
happened
walking.
was there was a little disagreement between a few of the team members, and it kind of spiraled out of control, Mr. C. I think we're down 2, possibly 3 Rangers, as you see Sheamus kind of walking away.
And Sheamus like full on like hung up and continues walking.
God, okay.
He goes, all right. Seems like we need to have a bit of a team meeting then, huh? Joe, Reggie, why don't you see if you guys can convince Sheamus to kind of come back to base. We talk, there's something you guys need to know anyway. That it's only right to tell you in person.
That's not good. Reggie's already kind of like walking after Sheamus and kind of saying, the 3 of us still remaining don't get the option to just walk away right now, Sheamus.
Oh, I don't know. I think Zayn made his choice pretty clear. So did Koji. So I don't see why I can't. Just continuing walking, kind of increases his stride a little bit.
I thought you were looking for the best out of the team.
Yeah, so did I. But clearly, a good portion of the team doesn't think it's worth it, so why the fuck should I?
Because whether or not you were trying to, you were at least partially responsible for this fallout here right now. And I know that...
Shay was like dead stop in his tracks and like he'll just kind of like stand there and like clench his fist a little bit, like. Want to know who's? You know what? You're right. I am partially responsible, but you know what? And he'll like freaking like spin on the heel of his foot and look her straight in the eye, like dip his like posture down to like get eye level and say, "Know who else to take responsibility? Hmm? That feckin' daft cousin of yours. 'Cause up to this point, he has done nothing to take any sort of responsibility, and quite frankly, I'm feckin' tired of it."
Then we can all take it up together without having to immediately drop freaking ultimatums, make Roscoe freak out, or essentially just gang up on each other. We don't need. And for a second, Reggie's fists clench. Oh God. It's difficult because Reggie's not a lot more angry than I'd be.
Jameis will like take a deep breath and look at her and kind of calm down a little bit and say, "You may think I ganged up on him, but every word I said, not a hint of it, was a lie. You know it. Every word I said was true. He's not reliable. Everything that has gone wrong, whether he was in direct cause of or not. You know, sometimes inaction can be just as hurtful. I understand that everyone's got their own thing they're going through. I can understand that everyone's got their own shite that they got to deal with in life. But when you're in charge of others, you have a responsibility to them. And at this point, me and Koji have been picking up more of the slack than anyone. We've been trying to keep things going. We've been trying to inspire our teammates. What has he done? Other than plan and berate us for not watching ranger logs, or being late, or missing from meetings. Think on that for a little while. We'll turn back around and start walking away again.
Oh God. Fuck
Give like
it.
a little shout
Red-
backward. He'll give a little shout backwards as he's a good distance away. Ruminate on that!
This is where Joe's gonna kind of step in and say, "Well, hey, wait, before you leave, don't you think? Never mind Zane, never mind Koji. Don't you think you owe it to Billy to at least hear what he has to say?"
At this point, Seamus will like start guffawiously like laughing. What the fuck do I owe him? The son of a bitch has never been as forthwith with any of us. It's always been on a need-to-know basis. What the fuck has he actually told us? What has he been forthright with us about? I'll tell you what. Nothing. I don't owe him anything. And neither do you.
You know what? Fuck it. Bad decisions, Reggie. Let's go. I'm gonna punch him in his face.
Oh shit! Alright, let's see it.
Well, I mean, if anything's going to get through to a Seamus, it's going to be a deck to the face.
Yeah, it's gotta be an anime punch. It has to be.
Oh, I'm ready
Alright.
for this. Give me
See
the
ya.
roll. Give me the roll.
Okay,
Hey,
let's go.
Remember, you got 5 story points.
I have 5 story points. You right? You. Oh
Use
wait.
mine if needed.
D10 specialized. Let's hold on. Why is this? Why does my sheet? Oh, that's I'm looking at my sword. That's why. D10 specialized.
Nope.
19.
Seamus just takes it to the face. He does
Hold
not
on a second,
feel it.
What?
Seamus. You
Hold
are
on.
Not,
I have a
you
20.
You are not. No way you have a 20
Yes.
unmorphed.
Yes, I
You
do.
have a
After the
20?
level, I have a 20 unmorphed. Yes, dude. We literally
Didn't you
when
put?
we leveled
Didn't you,
up.
okay. Didn't you put your ability score in strength last level?
Yes.
You cannot do
How
that
How do you
2
put
in
it
a
in once
row.
again?
No, it wasn't 2 in a row. What do you mean?
You just told me it was.
No, the strength score from the previous level was to something else. It wasn't strength twice in a row. My strength was a 9 before this, and now it's a 10. After the level 8. Or not, sorry, not level 8, fucking most recent level.
Hey, I'm gonna look at your sheet again. Just something on that sounds off.
I mean, I'm a spend a story point reroll anyway, I guess.
Yeah, because strength is a 10, speed is a 5, smarts and social are 3 each. And then before this most recent level up, I think my increase was to my either my speed or my social once I up the document.
You guys are
Yeah,
tracking which ones you apply at which level, right?
Yep.
I was amazingly, I've
Yep.
mostly gone off of what was already there.
Well, I mean, it makes sense for
Black.
it makes sense for the Yellow Rangers. Those boosts are great for the Yellow Ranger, but
See, Black Ranger.
some of the other ones, it's just like this is
Yeah.
not even how I
Black
would wanna play
Ranger's
this.
a little over. So yeah, level 6, strength increase, +1. Yep, previous one was a social increase.
I'm gonna roll that d20. I mean, a 14 is better than a 9, so I think that's gonna at least hit you, even if you don't flinch from it.
It is.
I mean, if
also
Rend,
a crit.
I was gonna say if
14.
Rend will, allow the reroll because it
14.
wasn't a fumble, but
So 14
Plus
plus
10.
9.
that's a 23.
Plus a
23.
10. The d10 was the crit there.
Or
Oh,
14
unless
plus 10. So yeah, that would hit.
Yep.
You just straight up just bitch slaps you right across the face, and it kind of stings a little bit. Yeah,
Look, Seamus, I'm not saying that you're making stuff up. I'm not saying you're speaking lies. What I am saying is, right now, if we don't at least attempt to get our act together and head to Billy right now, then a lot more people are gonna be in danger right now. And I get what you're saying about Zane, but I was also there when he was saying, I'm going to go and talk to everyone. I'm going to try to make sure that everything doesn't fall apart in the background, because we've been here when stuff was falling apart and buildings have collapsed from these dumbass fights. And I know that he's not as inspiring as you or Koji or even me, but I also know that those plans have gotten us through things alive. Not every single thing is falling apart. You don't have to like him. I'm not saying that you have to be friends immediately, but I'm saying that I need you on this team together with Joe and the rest of us to actually do this properly while our two friends out and get their shit together. Both Zane and Koji. Do you get that?
Yeah, I get it. I also get. You know what? Fine. I'll go meet Billy. Win. However, the only one who's gonna be in danger around here is you if you ever put your fucking hands on me again. Like, Seamus after that slap is like tremoring, like trying to hold himself back. I've been keeping to using my words this entire time. At one. Because you're my friend. Do it again, though. And I have a problem. Fucking go. Start making his way. He'll like teleport to the fucking command center.
Joe, and you're standing kind of just behind Reggie at this point, and you see Reggie just haul off, straight slap him right across the face. Just was it like an open hand, or did she go full Muay Thai on it? What did she do there?
Probably would have been a punch, not a very skilled one, because she's not actually trying to start a fight, but a punch nonetheless.
And then they basically Seamus teleports off kind of at the end of that, at their little speech there. Reggie, Joe, do you two follow?
Yes. But before that, Joe would kind of be like, "Hey Reggie, you good? You okay?" I know that was a lot, but
She takes a deep, shaky breath and is like, good is a strong word. I should not have done that. He kind of deserved it, but still.
I think he needed it.
God, it feels like I'm in high school again. The fuck is this?
In a way, we are.
Not entirely wrong.
Now this is some schoolyard bullshit.
Joe says, I understand his. Yeah, Joe would have threw hands immediately, but
Oh yeah. No, if this
You're
was
all a
if this,
bunch of potheads.
if
No,
listen, if
that's,
Seamus had not done some growing, like if I'm gonna be honest, if he had not done the growing he has, like dealing with his fucking father and all that shit, oh no. If this was Seamus earlier in the campaign, no, there, like you said earlier, there wasn't combat play in the session. Oh, there would have been combat right there.
Yeah, Joe says, I understand his frustrations, but at the same time, you know Zane better than us. So he's your family. So I could understand if you feel some way.
And at the
And
same
yes,
time, I do get where you're all coming from. I guess I just had it lucky that I could talk to him up front in advance, so I already know this. But hey, let's at least hear what Billy has to say, and hopefully he won't keep secrets as usual. Oh, who am I kidding? That's Billy.
aha, you agree.
I never said you were wrong about that, man. Billy's sketch, yo.
Why is it always the Blue Rangers that are always seem the sketchiest? Can you just point that out?
Something about
And
that
again,
color blue, man.
As the two of you teleport, the camera pans and zooms in over the sea. Fades to white. We find Zane in the back of a car, driving down the highway. Just outside Blue Bay, home of the Ninja Storm Rangers. Is this where you're wanting to go, Mr. Backstrom?
Yeah, I can walk from here.
Are you sure? We can take you.
Where I'm going, there are no needs for roads.
Okay. You want us to wait here, or do you want to just call us when you're done?
I'll give a call.
Okay, we'll head into town then, and they pull off to this kind of like this alcove off the side of the highway, and it leads up into the mountains.
As soon as they're gone, look left, look right.
You step out, and there's a moment of nostalgia that kind of washes over this area, looking incredibly familiar. As soon as they disappear, your mindset shifts, and you begin to take off, leaping through the trees quickly. Suddenly, to your left and to your right, several bodies appear, running alongside of you, tracking your every movement.
Oh, at least they
Eventually,
kept a difference.
eventually, You come to a building. Pretty new. Looks like it must have been rebuilt in the last few years. The symbol of the Thunder Ninja Academy out front.
I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, right. Flip. I fling off, civilians and turn into ninja clothes. I'm still upset. Last time I did this, I lost my favorite jacket in another dimension. But yeah.
As you kind of walk up, several of the students are posted out front, and they see you're wearing the uniform, and one of them you immediately recognize as being just a touch younger than you, just in the class behind you. And he goes, "Hey, Zane, what are you doing back?"
Meditation, guidance, and most importantly, guidance.
Do you need to see Sensei Hunter then?
If he has the time.
We'll go get him. You know where the meditation temple's at?
Always.
They open the gate and you come wandering in. Around you are about 75, between 60 and 75 students, and a few older students, some older, some younger. There's some classes kind of being taught, maneuvers being gone through. There's kind of lightning and little bits of sounds, a small crackling of thunder, kind of as you see these guys come through. You begin to walk towards the meditation temple. Give me an awareness check.
Awareness?
Yep. You can, if you're using, you can specialize in perception on this roll.
Ooh.
Got it. Also, additionally, any knowledge check of any... I have a thing called Nomad. Additionally, you have an edge on any knowledge check or test about cities you lived in. Does that apply, or
That would be more culture.
that would be more culture? Okay. So
this would be more about what's happening in your surrounding, not necessarily knowing stuff about your city.
Oh, wait. We got a snag money. There we go. That's 12.
That's enough. Actually,
Or no, wait, 2.
I was going to say that's
No, it's a 2. It's a
I
2.
was going to say that's a 2. You're very much lost in thought as you kind of wander through. Very much lost in your head. You don't hear someone calling your name initially, until you feel a hand on your shoulder. Backstrom.
Oh. Oh, huh?
You turn, and it's Sensei. It's Sensei Blake. Sensei Hunter's brother.
Sensei Blake?
Yeah.
I give a quick ceremonial bow because, respect Sensei.
While he
Sifu.
well, he may have retired from being a ranger and even a ninja. He's still come back after retiring from his motocross career in recent years, to track the affairs of the school. Acts very much as a custodian, and does still teach with does still teach the thunder weapons, to select candidates. He goes, "What are you doing here, Backstrom? You look like shit, dude."
I'd love that sensei candor.
Yeah. Things ain't groovy at Angel Grove right now.
Oh, walk with me. Tell me what's going on. And he basically just kind of grabs your arm and is basically escorting you in, not giving you really much of a choice here. He takes you into there's this nice pagoda, and it's got this nice. You guys end up kneeling down on a tatami mat, and some people bring in some tea. Some of your fellow students bring in some tea, and it's, all right, catch me up. What's going on?
Well, you probably know about the project, do you?
My brother's a part of it. Yeah, I'm aware of it. I don't know full details, as I'm no longer a ranger, and I don't really want any part of that life anymore if I can help it.
Let's just say the Kabuto of a Mythic team
Is you?
does know his skills. Yeah, pretty much it's me. Wires.
Hunter? I watched, and I remember when you were here. You fight almost exactly like Hunter because you emulate him very, 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 very much, and you can see. I could tell it was you the first time I saw the fight. You always telegraph your right. You always telegraph your right kick. It's a dead giveaway, dude.
It's always the left kick. Why can't it be the right? Besides the point, it's come to my perception that my team's closeness is not the best.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
The way it's like ice and water in a sense. The way that we operate.
Oh, why do you say that?
I then give him a full rundown of what has happened in Angel Grove in a sense. And I also give him
as you're giving the rundown. About halfway through, Hunter sits next to you, and both of them just sit in silence as both Hunter sits next to Blake, and both kind of sit in silence as you're telling your story. Both have a very solemn and serious expression on their face, and they go,
to be honest, I was going to concentrate on the more of a team in a sense, but then my brother landed in a hospital and the assassination attempt business. What makes matters worse is I'm not sure if I should even be talking about this. And to be honest, I don't even care anymore. Like, for some weird and odd, strange reason, a freaking morphine master healed my brother from a coma. And told me to keep it a secret. Saying his work is not done or something like that.
Which one
Only to
was
then
it?
later. Blue.
Was the blue man? Itchy as fuck. I'm telling you.
It was the blue one.
Blake and Hunter exchange a very serious look. Who else have you told?
No one.
Keep it that way.
Ugh.
The- Blake kind of looks over and he goes, Zane, do you remember the legends centering around the Fire Ninja Academy? And what they almost did to what they almost did to the other schools?
I remember partly, but not fully.
Well, if you'll recall, they right about the time Lothor appeared in the Wind Ninja Academy, the Fire Ninja Academy attempted to take us all out. In fact,
Why?
it was us and the Fire Ninja Academy battled. Our parents were the ones that actually had the original fight with them. And we don't know fully why, but we do know it was something to do with a set of morphers that had been built. The earliest versions of the Ninja Storm and Thunderstorm morphers were prototyped off of what was found at the Fire Ninja Academy after it fell. It's possible that the Fire Ninja Academy has been revived or is going to be revived.
Psycho Red.
We don't know.
But her fighting style does show it.
We don't know anything about the Psycho Red. We've tried to learn, but doesn't make a lot of appearances off her ship, and when she does, it only seems to be to torment your team. And this is Hunter talking at this point. I'm going to ask you a question, Zane. Did your pride get in the way again?
I feel like it always does. They say lightning doesn't strike twice, but
Well, lightning might not strike twice, but thunder does echo. I warned you that was going to be a bad habit, didn't I?
yep.
You've always had talent, kid, but your pride has always been your pride and your serious nature. Is why you struggled here to find teammates here. You made what? 3 friends?
Free friends who I think, I don't know, free friends I truly do trust in a sense. I wonder what happened to them.
They
Eh,
are on missions. I
ah,
can't really go into any more detail than that.
classified. Got it.
Yep.
I know of a deal. But they were right about one thing, though.
What's that?
So far, we've been mostly reactive. Most of my plans have always been reactive. When the bombing situation and the pier situation happened, when there was literal explosives in a pier with hundreds of civilians, it got to show what I did after, like talking to Billy about implementing that ranger program, not that like hotline program and everything like that the Dino Fury Rangers use. It was basically reactionary to that.
Oh, why do you feel you're always reactionary? Does Psycho Red just catch you guys off guard, or
I was
or is it
definitely off guard.
or is it something more fundamental? You know, and this is Blake talking now. He goes, bro, I feel like this. Zane, I'm sure you've watched the Ranger log centered around our team, right?
Vividly.
Okay. The Ranger logs don't tell you what happened on the civilian side. Ever. They go through our combat and give brief details. But we struggled after a while. Hunter and Shane fought like cats and dogs. Hunter goes, yeah.
I mean, don't they still have that thing going on for them? Because I've seen the tournaments between the academies.
Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah. Shane won't shut up about his 3 new prospects that are potentially going to be joining Squadron soon.
I was first.
Hee
Figure it out.
You may be first, but there are more of them. We just haven't had a lot of truly skilled candidates. Your skills are not in question, Zane. But is being a leader what you even want? I didn't lead my team. That was Shane.
There was one time I followed Koji's lead.
How did that turn out?
2 of our teammates, one of my teammates and myself got flung into a cliff and demorphed. We almost died and got a counter. He was leading with a fit of rage, not thinking about the situation afterwards. We were forced teleported back. I was going against even going to do that fight. We weren't ready for it.
Who did you face?
A Dark Ranger.
They're moving quick. Yeah, your team wouldn't have been ready for a Dark Ranger.
We didn't even have our Zords at that point.
Fortunately, most Dark Rangers don't have access to Zords. It would be terrifying if they did.
I wouldn't tell him about my cousin.
Yeah, that might cause problems.
I don't think Seamus disclosed that information.
Oh, he did.
They did?
Oh, he did at one
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did? Okay, I'll just say
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
about that.
Can Seamus just Obi-Wan Kenobiing over your shoulder like, actually, I did disclose that at one point.
We may have a potential Dark Ranger with a Zord thing. I don't know, something about some Celtic thing from I don't know, the Mythic Knights or something.
Thick Knights of Tir-na-nog.
Mythic Knights, huh? Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know anything about that.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
I
they're
know.
ninjas.
I don't know anything about it either.
Where's he doing?
This is another thing. They act like I know everything, but I'm just as oblivious to some of these situations as they are.
Yeah, but your pride often tells you, often, one of your bad habits, and I've pointed this out numerous times, is sometimes your pride causes you to speak and say you know something that you don't, and you usually end up around us, you would correct yourself. Do you ever do that with your team? Or are you trying to look good? I spent 4 years training. Figured out I know your personality.
Basically, been your
Yeah.
teacher through high school.
You're the
I
one that
do
I
think
chose
before,
to be my successor. Kabuto's directly synced to your training here. Your fighting style, you fight just like I do.
yeah, but the thing is, they want me to be like all the other Reds,
You're never
but
gonna
I
be the other.
can't.
You're never gonna be the other Red. So stop trying. Be direct.
I guess.
Be honest. Tell them exactly what you need, what they need to hear, what you need to say, not what they need to hear, but what you need them to hear. The truth. And I think you should tell them exactly what's going on with your family, too. If you're going to be
Oh,
Rangers,
don't.
if you're going to be Rangers, you can't hide things from each other. You have to be willing to put your lives on the line. And if you're hiding things from each other, then that's not a team.
It's not like I didn't tell them about what's going on with the family. It's not like I didn't tell them that my brother was in a coma in the hospital. It's not like I didn't tell them that recently my sister tried to assassinate him and is still actively trying to assassinate him, but I can't do anything about it.
Did you ask them for help?
To be honest, I don't even think they were willing to give it. Probably Reggie would, but
Did you ask? Or did you just assume?
I just assumed.
What they say about assumptions.
Zane, that's a bad habit you and I share. You know that, right?
Motherfucker set a land speed record to jumping in conclusions.
It caused Shane and I to fight a lot. A lot. Blake kind of goes, yeah. Gets me in a lot of trouble with Tori even today.
Called out.
I'm just as bad as you both are.
Is that a thunder thing?
I think so. But I don't have the experience. I can't guide you on how to lead your team. But what I can tell you is how you make friends. You got to be honest with them, and sometimes relying on them, even when you don't want to. It's the right thing to do. And you may not want to hear this, but I think your team's going to need you. Because something happened. We were asked not to tell you. Billy wants to tell you in person, and he asked you to come home so that he can tell you.
On a scale of 1 to Ranger down.
It's bad.
Before I go, do you have that ancient ninja healing technique?
Which one?
Or the fun one?
Yeah, but you're not ready for it. Also, it's tied directly to the powers of blue. You're not a blue.
Well, there's Navy and Crimson Thunders.
Right. Navy is still in the color of blue.
Oh,
Zane
Naruto
getting
and steal their scroll, yo. Just do it.
no, he's gonna make a bastardized version of it that heals with a slap. He's gonna be like, "Oh, you want some healing, huh?" Bap! Ow! Wait a minute, that actually
Powerful, yeah.
works.
You know, I think I'll try to figure it out.
I gave him ideas. This is what happens when I'm an ideas man.
Blake goes, "What could hurt?" Well, he could electrocute himself. That would be one.
No.
You know that that channel's completely differently. There's a reason why I don't do it.
Clear!
I mean, essentially, yeah. That's exactly what I'm picturing.
If it works, it works, yo.
And goes to
Wait a second,
charge
there's
it
a
up.
way to use our lightning as a defibrillator?
Yes. You just push it into a small pulse. You don't.
Oh my god. Oh no, he's having
I
ideas.
figured it out. Thanks,
We're
Sensei.
fucked.
Ninja Vanish.
We're fucked.
As Zane disappears, leaving both Hunter and Blake kind of confused, looking at each other like, "What is it with this kid?"
Hey, you adopted him.
The scene shifts. We see we hear Koji's voice echoing through. Okay. Oh, that is a little too perfect. All right. We hear another muffled. We hear muffling. And we see the camera pans around the corner. And we see Koji standing there, kind of putting on his suit. And feet being dragged off screen. Koji,
Mm-hmm.
how are you feeling after everything that's transpired?
Yeah, not happy. Not at all.
The phone begins to ring.
Yep, Goji will go and pick it up.
Koji, this is Billy. Can you come back to base, please? We need to talk.
You want me to come back to base?
Something happened.
Let me guess. You need a team of Power Rangers to risk their lives.
No. Something happened to a ranger.
I see.
And you are still technically one until I... You are still one until you and I talk.
Guess I have to go. I'll be there, Mr. Cranston.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon too. Coach is gonna hang up and just put the desk phone away. Just sigh. Always the worst of times.
Someone's gonna die tonight, aren't they?
Like, this is just gonna be the most awkward meeting ever. Like, it's just gonna be the worst.
Oh my
Before-
god.
Before Koji leaves, Koji's gonna be like, next on my list, let's see how much Cranston core or whatever is worth. I'm getting tired of this, and he just heads off to the meeting.
An obscene amount of money.
How much do I need to buy these motherfuckers?
This is a hostile takeover.
Emphasis on hostile.
As you pull up and you come on, and
Ugh.
about that time, Zane is getting out of another limo right about the same time you are.
See, motherfucker.
You both kind of lock eyes, and in silence, you walk up the stairs.
Because fuck the elevators.
Yes, yes, we can all agree on that.
Never take another elevator again. They're all evil.
I will sooner start making athletics checks to fucking bound my way up like the fucking Hulk.
That's beautiful.
Note to self: take super leap as a fucking grid power. Next.
Was very tempted.
As each of you enters into the room,
Dying.
you find, as the both of you enter into the room, you find Joe and Koji. You find Joe, Reggie, and Seamus all sitting there. Silence hanging in, and after you take your seats, Billy enters. He goes, all right, Rangers. There's some things we need to talk about.
Yeah, I'd say we do.
A couple things I want to start off with. I want to start off with the reason why I started Squadron in the first place. About 6 years ago, or about 20 years ago, almost, I was living on Aquitar. That's why I still look so young. I was married to a beautiful girl there, and we had a kid, which we didn't know was possible for our two species to have children together, but it is. And that's when I, shortly after my daughter turned 2, we started getting readings, and we started understanding the multiverse a little bit better, because that was one of my fields of study over there, was the multiverse. Because I had an inordinate amount of time with most of the evil in the universe being wiped out. And you can tell on Billy's face, this is hard for him to talk about. It's not often that he speaks of his wife and child. So my wife and I, our daughter, we went to investigate some readings near KO 35. And we discovered a small portal into another dimension. And we entered into it. What we saw there was terrifying. It was what would have happened if Zordon hadn't sacrificed himself and destroyed Dark Spectre and most of the evil in the universe. In that universe, Dark Spectre won. And I learned from a few of the surviving locals that he had done this many, many years ago and already gone on to another universe. So I decided then and there that I would try to help the other Rangers across the universe. I established ties and learned about his. We stayed there for a year, and we learned everything we could. When we were getting ready to come home, we saw about 10 days before I would return. We found that they had been alerted of our presence. And in the incoming assault, I would lose both my wife and my daughter. Barely, me and a handful of others barely escaping back through the portal and managing to seal it with the help of the in-space rangers from KO 35. When I got back, I began reaching out to every ranger contact I had across the universe. KO 35, Miranoi, everyone. Earth is weird. It's had the most rangers of any planet across the galaxy. We started to discover that there were other universes beyond that that had been conquered. And we looked at the pattern in which we discovered a way to map the multiverse. And shortly after that, we found that it was only a matter of time before he came here. So I reached out to everyone I had. And we began to use Ranger Tech to create technology across that allowed us to access things and build things and sell them so that we could build the funding to build a giant Ranger team. Because one thing that has always been, one thing we discovered very quickly is that there was just never enough Rangers to defend Earth against the assault. Because his assault always starts with Earth. The core of it always starts with Earth. It is thanks to your efforts, yours and the rest of the teams in Project Squadron, that we've been able to hold him off as long as we have. But unfortunately, there was recently a Ranger taken out. He was unfortunately killed in action. Billy taps the monitor. The picture of James appears. His name was James. He was the Ancient Charge Blue Ranger, one of Tommy's. Rangers, this is a real threat. You could die. There simply wasn't enough of them, the Ancient Charge team, to handle the kind of threat that they needed. So I've heard that Tommy and Kat have reached out to a contact for extra recruits. There's enough of you if you can work together. Then he bows and he says, I'm sorry I didn't tell you everything. It's just not easy to talk about.
Whoa. With oh,
Joe was just not gonna say anything. She's just gonna try to get up and offer Billy a hug.
When you get up close, it's at this point that you actually see tears streaming down his cheek very lightly. Trini standing in the corner, kind of looking down. When you look into Billy's eyes, you can see this is a man telling the truth. That pain's real. He accepts the hug gracefully. He just whispers, thank you.
So as this is going on, Koji has like one leg folded over the other, sort of sitting back relaxed, and he has this like very not happy face, and he goes, So now what's this? One ranger dies, we're all next on the chopping block?
can't learn how to be a team. Very likely.
Well, I said it. I said it earlier, and I said it again. We're going to die if we can't work as a team. And Koji gets up. I don't want to die just yet, guys. I'll think about it some more now that this has come to light. Thank you, Mr. Cranston, for telling the truth. This,
You're
at least
welcome.
someone is willing to tell it. Cody just says that. He goes, I think I have a meeting later today. Sorry guys. And as I walk past, I'm gonna walk past Seamus. I'm just like clap him on the back, just look at him, nod my head, and just walk off.
You're right, Koji. I haven't been telling the truth.
Koji, do you stop when he says that?
I'm gonna do the whole thing where I stop hands in pockets and go, yeah, that's right. And now you're gonna tell me that you want to tell everything too. Maybe next time. When I'm in a better mood. Actually, when everyone's in a better mood. And Koji continues walking.
At this point, Seamus will stand up and nod his head at Billy and say, I'm sorry that happened to you, lad. But, and I apologize, but in light of everything that's happened, spoken of, I need some time.
I understand.
Like you said,
Why don't you all take a couple of days? I would like you all to come to the funeral. We're going to be holding a memorial for him in Reefside.
Reggie?
Aye.
I'm gonna need my coin back.
See y'all later.
Yes.
And I'll go try to catch up with Koji.
Take care, Seamus.
He'll kind of tilt his head back at her and... Yeah. Good.
As he walks
Carry
off,
yourselves.
I'll fish the coin out of my pocket and hand it back to Zane. Like, I was burned a hole in my pocket. I don't think it's meant for me.
Oh man, it smells like ketchup and mustard. Was that the same pocket he held the ketchup and mustard for the subs?
Yeah, it's the same pocket. Look, don't at me right now, okay?
Hey man, so pockets are meant for, man. If you can't stash like some condiments for your snacks, what can you stash in them?
Right.
But yeah, Seamus will try to catch up with Koji, and if he's able to, he'll sorta. Hey, just so you know, give it a want it back. I got you the morpher.
Koji
Hold
looks
on to
back at the morpher, and he takes it and looks at it. Well, I guess if it will come handy in emergencies. We really need to talk about all of this going on.
Agreed. Hey, if you're not ready to wear it, just I can hold on to it if you need be. Do you feel you're ready? Feel like you need to force yourself.
I and Coach is gonna take it, look over it. I think I'll hang on for this for now. Maybe having it around will make me come to a decision. But you're free later tonight, Seamus.
After all this, I ain't got nothing planned.
Well, there are some very high scale places up in here, Angel Grove, that you have yet to see. I put my arm around Seamus.
Is this a sort of suit and tie kind of gig? Cause I'm a fan of the monkey suits, I'll be honest.
Oh, don't worry.
I've ended up ripping through a few in my time.
Oh, don't worry. We'll find something nice for you. Business casual. Here you go. And I just clap you on the back. Let's go. My driver's waiting for us.
Alright. Just be aware I've ripped a few of those things in my time.
We'll get you a couple extra, too.
Probably best idea. I want to be ripping my pants in front of the stiffs from bending over or something.
Oh, I've had that happen in real life actually once when I was
Oh no!
not fun.
Ouch. Ouch. Don't want to be ripping nothing but rubbing elbows with high society and all that. They have alcohol.
The most important question.
It is.
None of the champagne nonsense. Like something like good. Have that, right? Just see trail as they just trails off talking about asking about if they have alcohol as they just walk.
And as Seamus and Koji begin to take off, the scene pans back to Reggie, Zane, and Joe in the conference room still with Trini and Billy. Neither Trini nor Billy are really saying much. Trini's just hugging her husband as the memories of those he cared for are gone. Reggie, your cousin came back. A few hours after having left.
I think, oh gosh, there's questions, but there's also like, I think Reggie's headspace is a little scrambled, especially since like she's worked with James, albeit very shortly, and hearing the news of his demise has probably shaken her up just a little bit. But she will try to shake it off for a bit and attempt to gently punch Zane's shoulder. As usual, it's more force than intended.
Like that
Roll
one you
to
gave me
hit.
across my face.
So sorry. How you holding up there?
Had a bit of some mentoring passed down to me.
Yeah, you look not good, but maybe a bit more resolved.
It's more along the lines of shock therapy.
God damn it.
Pun intended.
God damn it. Well, the break will do us all good, and as long as you're put together, we're probably gonna need everyone. And I don't want you burning yourself out.
Which is why when this break happens, I know is the memorial going to be happening in Reefside?
Yeah, it'll be in Reefside. We're going to go visit the Ancient Charges base and hold it there. We're inviting basically all of Squadron stationed on Earth.
I will be at Blue Bay for a bit.
Okay.
We're right about one thing. I've been mostly reactive on some stuff. It's time I become proactive on some things to make sure that they never happen again. I'm going to learn an ancient healing technique.
Okay.
I smile and be like, well, I'll look forward to seeing it. It's not gonna hurt or anything, right?
Oh, please, it won't be anything shocking.
Oh God. That does
It'll be
not
quite the
inspire
end.
face.
It'll be quite the enlightening experience. But I'm.
Uh, all these, I love every single one. Reggie will roll her eyes, or she smiles a bit, like, I am gonna get wasted. It has been.
It's my job.
Wait
Wait a minute, are
I
you
can do
even of
some-
age?
I am. Fight me.
Right, run
Wait,
it back.
don't fight
Fucking
me.
finish it. I was gonna say, wait a minute. No. You want me to
You're
fight
not
tomorrow?
here,
Let's run it back.
Seamus. Let her
I know.
speak.
I know. Run it back.
Yeah, before Reggie heads off, he's back. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done this, but I decked Seamus in the face for you. It's probably a mistake.
That's why you're my favorite family member.
And that's why I got in so much trouble as a kid.
Joe.
Yeah, what's up?
Is this like post hug session with Billy?
Yes.
Okay. Could I talk to you in private?
Sure thing. What about?
As the two of
Due
you
to the
kind
light
of
of
walk off, basically, Trini and Billy end up leaving the room and kind of going into another office.
So
in light of recent information that has been laid out, I've decided something. And I learned something as well. Although I may be a Red Ranger in terms of a spectrum, I'm a Crimson Ranger at heart. Crimsons usually tend to act as secondary if needed. Sometimes we're very secretive, which I've apparently learned it's inherited, and we butt heads a lot with other individuals. I also come to learn to say this. I am not, and I will never will be the other Red Rangers. They are them. And they handle their teams differently than I did ours. Although I may be able to change how I may operate, I'm not going to be able to change everything about them. I won't be their golden goose. So it's at that moment and after that conversation I decided that you're going to be the golden goose.
wait, what? What?
I don't consent to this.
Let's be honest, Joe. I can't give leadership to Reggie because she's my cousin and I know her. She's too much of a hothead. Bless her soul, but yeah, she's too much of a hothead. Seamus thinks with his fists. Koji, you saw what happened. You felt what happened. That cliff still hurts.
You are so lucky I'm not there right now.
Roscoe,
Though we're all idiots.
Hey, I didn't think with my fist when I got socked in the face. Just saying.
and also his methods are questionable. Sometimes, most times, all the times.
I am
And-
offended.
And Roscoe, he's just started to open up. And I don't think it'll be a hard time for him to open up again. Given what happened a few hours ago. You, on the other hand, or neutral force that I think everyone can agree on.
Okay. I'm very flattered, but I don't think we before you make this rash decision, no one's asking you to drop your colors, to drop leadership. All they're really asking is that you be open with them. And I know that's harder for some. We ain't asking you to be like all those other Red Rangers, because hell, it's even other Red Rangers that ain't like them other Red Rangers. All we want you to do is to be open with us. You ain't gotta reveal everything at once, but all they're asking is that you let us in, be our friends.
Spoken like a true leader.
Oh my
See,
god.
you're getting a hang of it already.
Oh my god.
What I'm hearing from this is Joe does not consent.
Joe does not.
Oh
My
Consent
God.
has been denied.
He is Jewel in close by saying, when
To
we
be
first
honest,
got these powers, Billy chose you to be the leader. And he did that for a reason.
Much more kind of assumed.
Hey, we're not here.
but in order for me to be a leader, I gotta be able to learn to trust who I'm leading. And
What?
at this moment,
That
I
is a
don't
fair
trust.
point. Oh, I'm sorry.
At this moment, I don't trust two of them.
Then maybe you should take steps to earn that trust. Maybe be the one to reach out.
I'm not asking for permanent change, only temporary. I'm kind of on a whole soul searching journey right now.
Well, if it's temporary, I may consent to that.
Okay, cool. Sign this contract here, here, and here.
Okay, whoa, ain't nobody say nothing about no contract.
Yes,
I'm
please,
just
just sign
messing
on the
with you.
dotted line to sell your soul.
As as Zane has literally whipped out an actual contract and is trying to get Joe to sign it. The scene shifts back to Reggie standing alone in the room.
Oh, excuse me.
An unfamiliar face walks through the door. Oh. Who are you?
Can I help you?
I was looking for Mr. Crane. I was looking for Billy.
Mr. Cranston I just left. I'm a work associate, kind of part of a like a whole project thing.
Okay. Do you know where he went?
Who are you first?
Uh, I'm I'm just a friend.
Suspicious. It's like I didn't get a good look. Does this person look familiar to me in any? No, it's a complete unfamiliar face set, right?
Make a culture. Well, it's unfamiliar to you upon immediate grand. Go ahead and run a culture check.
Culture. Fabulous. It's time to pull up the snag menu. 11?
The face is familiar. You've seen it in the log files at least.
Cool.
But you can't seem to place it.
I'm gonna call him. I'll be with you in a sec.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna ask. Is that weirdly conspicuous thing on your wrist a morpher?
Damn it. So much.
Why don't nobody put fucking camouflage on their morphers to look like something else, like a wristwatch or something? Like, what the fuck we doing here? At least wear some sleeves, my guy.
I look at it. As them like. You wouldn't happen to be part of a project of sorts, would you? I mean, if you even know what this thing is, that's a sign, at least.
Yeah. Part of squadron.
All right, okay. I was here. I did not want to throw hands with another supervillain today. Thank you very much. Yeah, part of that. Solar Ranger of sorts.
Oh, cool.
Reggie was ready to high noon that shit. That whole time was just like hovering over the belt. Like, come around these parts.
I'll point to the direction.
He goes, I'm not. He goes, you can. You can call me Trey. And then
Hey,
he
huh?
splits into 3.
My God.
I'm
I'm so hyped right now.
I'm the Treforian Prince. I was the gold seal. I'm the original gold seal.
Eyes go wide at the party trick of motherfucking Trey of Triforia. Like, that's new. Hold on. You're important.
I mean, not as much anymore, no. But I needed to talk with Billy.
Yeah, I'll summon him.
We found a way to stabilize the Gold Ranger powers. We're gonna try and transfer it over to somebody over. Trying to transfer it and augment somebody over here.
Hold on, there's a Gold Ranger? Wait, hold on. Wait, I think I saw this. There's a pointy DBZ shoulder pad things.
Well, it's not pointy, it's more rounded. Yeah.
Close enough.
Refuses.
Can you teach me how to do that? Or is that like a
this is genetic. This is a racial thing. We can't do that.
Damn it.
You
that
do
would
not
be so cool.
We split into our different we have different aspects. And
that was probably incentive to ask random. My bad. Hold on. Yeah, Billy went that way.
he goes, okay. Then he kind of turns and walks around, and you can kind of hear him. That kid's weird.
Okay. Breathe, my guy.
You're like, damn it. So
As,
bad at this.
as Reggie's hyperventilating there as having just met literally one of the all-time one of the legends in the Ranger community, just like Zane is never gonna believe this.
What kind of voodoo mama
Finally.
juju is this?
Finally, a secret from Zane.
Finally won.
as the scene shifts away. We see the scene shift back, and then we see in grayscale, indicating a flashback of some sort. See Koji standing on the beach, kind of looking out, a little bit kicking himself, and a cloaked figure approaches right after he hangs up the phone with Joe. In a familiar voice, echoes from behind the cloak. Got some trouble?
Yeah.
Tell me. And he kind of walks up and stands, his face still covered.
Well, it's just I think we're going down the wrong path, you know? Got a boss, leader of sorts that I don't think is really pulling his weight. And it's just really affecting the whole group, you know?
Yeah. I've heard that can cause problems. Having a bad leader. Planning on telling him off?
Yeah, I am. And gonna make a plea to see if I can get his position. I think I can do a better job than him, you know? I mean, you ever had an ineffective leader before? Someone you had to follow?
Yeah, but I took care of that.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I put him in his place. I think that's what you should do.
Put him in his place. You mean like fight him?
Verbally, whatever it takes to break his spirit.
You know what? I think that's the best way to go about it.
Think you're right.
I mean, sooner or later, something bad's going to happen, right? And then eventually they're going to have to blame someone. You know how it always is. People are going to get hurt. And in the end, no one's happy.
I can relate to that. No one's ever happy with what we do.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you've been through, man, but yeah, story of my life.
Well, don't worry, Koji. It'll all be better soon. And
Yeah, I really hope. Oh, go on.
No, he begins to. He's kind of again. You just see kind of like the outline of his nose, kind of behind his. He's wearing like this hoodie, and he's got his hood all the way up, covering most of his face.
Play Kingdom Hearts.
Huh. You know my name. I guess I'll be getting around.
You're pretty famous around here these days.
Yeah, father's business and all of that. Whole arranged marriage thing. It's a mess. Old fart does whatever he wants and thinks he's the king of the hill.
If you want, I could handle that for you.
Oh, really? I mean, I don't know how you would do that. I mean,
I have my ways. All you got to do is say yes.
sure. I mean, I don't think the old fart has had a laugh in his entire life.
Excellent. I'll take care of it. And then about this time, we hear Joe and Seamus ride up, motorcycle coming into the distance. As this guy begins to walk away, he goes, "I'll see you later, Koji."
Yeah, see you later too, cosplayer dude.
You forgot your keyblade.
He just sticks his hands up and waves, and he goes, "Till later."
Yeah, later, man.
And
Oh.
the scene shifts. You find Koji standing in his father's office. His father walks in the door. "Why are you here, Koji? Don't you have something better to do? Why are you in my office?"
You mean my office now?
"It's not yours yet."
Really? All this arranged marriage stuff? I guess we can accelerate the timetable on that, I guess. Coach just looks at his watch.
Did you finally come around then?
Yeah, why not? Koji goes, I mean, what's the other alternative, right? If I don't do it, someone else is gonna do it.
Glad to see you've seen reason.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to when you've got all your options laid out on the table and there's the only sensible one.
That's my boy. Proud of you, son. And he kind of stands up against the... Both of you kind of walk out onto this balcony area. He's leans, puts his hands on it, and he goes, "The Empire is ready for you to have it, son, whenever you want it. I'm ready to retire."
Yeah, Dad. How many you got waiting back home? Koji just says, looking out, one hand in his pocket, the other one out.
How many what?
And then Koji goes in and grabs him by the shirt of his collar and lifts him up.
"What are you doing?"
Taking what's mine, Dad. And he just throws them out that window.
As you throw him over the balcony, we see the lift float. We see him take over. Ah! As the scene fades to black. And that is where today's episode will end. Thank you for joining us on Power Rangers Project Squadron. We'll see you next time, right here on Mythic Order. Same Ranger time.